Hey everybody, this is the Titanic Gamer Dude here, and welcome back to my Let's Play video guide of Resident Evil 6 on the Hope difficulty. This is Jake's campaign, and this is the showdown with the Ustanak. It's honestly, like, as far as final bosses go, it's actually, if you make one mistake, you can just die on the later phase, though, on like the second phase. Yeah. But the Ustanak is going to be chasing us, and as soon as the cutscene activates, we're invincible. So if you get hit here, it's totally your fault. So now you just want to 180 turn around and then run to the left. You want to get as much distance between you and the Ustanak as possible, because he has this long-range ball and chain that will wreck your face. See, he's close to me now, so I'm just going to run away. And he actually has decent accuracy with it, so you can't let your guard down at all. You're in range of it? Yeah. Yeah, see, he's aiming after Sherry now. If he's aiming after Sherry, that's a good thing. You can take this time to unload on him. Okay. Yeah, your sniper, your assault rifle, and your yeah, see, you won't even stagger either. So, this guy is scary. He is, like, legitimately scary now. So, if he aims after Sherry, though, that's a good thing. Anytime he stands still, you just want to take that time to, unload your grenades into him. If you get hit by that ball and chain, too, you're likely going to take so much damage. Yeah, he takes a lot of ammo. Yeah, see, I'm just running, keeping distance between me and him. Yeah. Alright, before I actually, like, finish him off, and move on to the second phase, I'm just gonna break the stuff. See, he almost got me. But thankfully you have invincibility frames. Alright. Yeah, I wouldn't try that, because it's impractical, but I didn't really have a choice, so I had to do it. Because that ball and chain can hit you, and if it hits you, yeah. So this is where the fight gets ridiculous, because we're in a much smaller space, much smaller. Yeah, and he will try to hit you with this ball and chain, and see that lava hole there? Yeah, that lava hole, it is another hazard we have to worry about. And he'll keep doing this too, and sometimes he'll try to read which way you're going to dodge, and he can just hit you. So, yeah. He just doesn't even stagger either as much as he used to. Yeah. Thankfully, though, your grenades will just... Maybe they'll stagger him. See, you got me? Now I'm dead because, yeah, the lava pit's gonna open up. And, yeah, see that? So if you make mistakes on this fight, you just die. On this phase of the fight, you can just die. So, yeah. That's kind of how the fight goes. So let me just fully heal this time. The best pattern he can give you is he'll do this tackle, and it gives you... Yeah, look at that. Look at all that damage. And then see the lava? Yeah, I took so much damage just from making one little mistake. Yeah, and he will keep on spamming the attack too, and it limits your mobility. But I suppose if you consider what's happening, yeah, so you can't shoot. Like if you run on the fire, there's a certain amount of time in which you can't shoot or dodge or do anything. So running into the lava is very bad. That's like super bad. And there's so much of it. But thankfully, there's ammo drops from it. Oh, when he does that, you want to try to duck, but sometimes you might get caught by the lava, and you might not be able to actually duck. Don't think I'm safe just because I'm behind him, too, because he has a tendency to just, like, before the ball and chain swings, he'll actually turn around and hit you. Yeah, I'm just going to unload into him. Yeah, see, look, there he goes. Okay. I'm just gonna use my magnum bullets because why not? Oh my gosh. I'm actually kind of scared now. He takes so much damage too. Yeah, see, I'm trying. Let's see, he just did a 180 turn. Yeah. Oh my gosh, this guy is so scary. Yeah, when you stun him like this, you want to take your, you can actually reload some of your weapons. So there's a time frame in which you have to press the B button, and after that you just mash the A button. Yeah, Sherry gets on his neck with her stun rod, and she just tases the heck out of him, and all three of us are getting shot. Then he just knocks Sherry away. She lives. I guess the gun going into the lava represents all of her gear, just being tossed in. Our gun flops in the middle of this very narrow passway, and yeah, the Ustanak kicks it off, and now it's mano a mano. Yep, one-on-one. Nah, I'm kidding. The Sherry player gets the boring part of the fight, and she gets to use these crates to aid us in beating up the Ustanak, but we don't actually need it. Yeah, see, we get the good part. The Jake players get the good part. Yeah, there are some button prompts where you press X and A to duck under his moves. See, I messed it up, but it doesn't really matter. But he can toss you off. And the most dangerous part about this fight is at the end there are some button presses you have to do, and if you fail them, your Jake will be hitting him, and then he'll shrug it off, and he'll just knock you into the lava. And yeah, you got to start this part over. Yeah, sometimes you'll miss the third hit, but don't worry. It's just not really hard. It's just climatic, which is really cool, in my opinion. Yeah, see, he missed us. Now we can just retaliate. The most effective might just be like the 1 and 2 strikes. Sometimes the third one will whiff, and then like the fourth one will get him too. And he's in enough stun to where you can, you know, just keep doing this to him. Oh. Yeah, let me just slide under him. Which is good. So now we can just keep doing it. Yeah, if you get behind him, make it count. Yeah, make it count a lot. Yeah, unfortunately, I wish we could just beat him while he's on the ground, but we can't. For balance purposes. It's already easy enough. I guess I don't want you to completely cheese the fight. Which is fine by me. You know, it's a fair trade. It just missed. Alright, now we can just retaliate. Yep. That's how this fight goes. Yep, he just misses. And now we can just retaliate. And then, you know, you get stunned, you just press the A button. And then after this, you just mash the A button. If you stop mashing, you're just gonna die. Yeah, that part right there, he'll actually knock you off. So you just want to keep mashing the A button before the line gets all the way across the bar. And then I guess we give him a Falcon Punch to the face. Although it's just not as badass. And then, yeah, he gets knocked into the lava. And he's seemingly done and dead. Which is all awesome and good. So then we jump across here, we jump on the ladder. All of our gear is gone. I have 8 herbs left, which is good. Don't worry, all your stuff will come back if you play Jake's campaign again. Which is good. So I'm going to have to cut it off here, but it's alright, I'll be back. So I'm back, and yeah, amateur difficulty setting on Mac performs all QTEs for you. So like if you want to get into the game before the story, you can just play on amateur. And if you want to get your ammo in your inventory field, you just play on amateur, and yeah, you'll be able to just get everything you need. So this is probably the most boring part of the fight with the Ustanak. because it's not really a fight. It's just like a giant QTE. And been like, we should have been flopped off of this because this is moving so fast. We should have been flopped off, and we should have just died. But we managed to cling on, defying the laws of physics. But this is a video game and it is fiction. So yeah. The Ustanak didn't die though. He just got messed up. So if you play Leon's campaign, it's right trigger, right trigger, left trigger. Yeah. I don't like the placing of this though. On Leon's campaign, you fight Derek C. Simmons about like 1, 2. You fight him like 3 different times, and then they put this between phase 3 on the they put it in between like phase 3 and 2, which is fine. Then after you just press the B button. Yeah, and it's climatic, but I guess the aesthetics for this game are pretty good. I just wish they didn't use shitty textures Yeah, I just wish they didn't use shitty textures all the time. Hey, it's a give and take though. What can you say? What can you do about it? Left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger. That's pretty much all there is to it on this quote-unquote phase. But it's not too bad. Press the B button. I gotta give the Ustanak an A for persistence though. Oh, you just gotta match the A button here. Thankfully though, the QTEs here are like super forgiving, so if you mess up, it's all your fault. Which is fine. So it looks like he's all dead and everything, but still we have to climb. After about 2 or 3, yeah. He decides to just jump all the way over. A crate busts, and there's a magnum right there, and it gets stuck. So now right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, left trigger, right trigger, and then we just get to the gun. And yeah, Sherry's trying to hold the gun to shoot him, but you know, Jake, he just helps her get her grip, and then we both get to just shoot him. So now in slow-mo, you press the B button. It's pretty forgiving. It's like almost 3 seconds, so you should be able to react to it if you're decent at the game anyway. So yeah, we shoot him one more time in the heart, and it looks like he's going to finish us off, and then he dies at the very last minute. And he just gets incinerated. So now they finally make it out of Neo Umbrella's clutches. In the last campaign, the dude was Ada's campaign. So before the game got updated, you needed to beat Leon's campaign, Chris's, and Jake's campaign to get Ada's. But after the update, which it patched out some issues with the game, but not all of them, they made Ada's campaign accessible. So, how do I feel about Jake's campaign? It's actually pretty good. Because, like, I believe Leon's campaign is the comforting campaign. You know, it's like the campaign where, like, you can play it, and you can kind of get into the mechanics of the game easily. The enemies can just kind of get beat up a lot of the time, although there are parts in Leon's campaign that can screw you over. Chris's campaign is probably the least beginner player friendly. Because you can just get wrecked in that campaign really, really fast. And it's merciless. Its onslaughts are merciless. And Jake's campaign is kind of like that too, although not as much. But only slightly. Or somewhat. Jake's campaign can still mess you up very badly because the Juavo are just durable, smart, and there's a different set of, complete mutations from the chrysalids. Overall, for players who play Jake's campaign first, it's just always tense. It's like playing Resident Evil 3. Although I've never touched it, I've seen videos on it, and it's just a really tense game for first-time players because Nemesis could just come out of nowhere and just pursue you. He can go into other rooms with the player. And like with the Ustanak, he brings that atmosphere back. Like, I like the Ustanak gimmick of something's just pursuing you and you don't know when it's going to turn up, or where it's going to turn up and when it's going to turn up. So, yeah, I actually like Jake's campaign. There are some parts on Chris's campaign which I feel are just kind of sadistic. And there are definitely some parts on Jake's campaign I believe can be brutal, but not sadistic. And that's actually good. Like, Jake's campaign could have been Chris's campaign with slightly more balance, because, like, the parts in Chris's campaign I have issues with are the chopper fights and getting stun locked. So, like, since there's so many enemies in this game that can stun lock you, or there's so many enemies called Jawavo that can stun lock you with their TMPs if you're in the open, and they can keep shooting you and you get stuck in this animation. You get stuck in the animation where your character staggers and falls to the ground, and you have to hold left trigger and the A button to get yourself back up. You can still get stun locked. You just be much less susceptible to getting stun locked. The chances of it happening to you are much less likely. And in Chris's campaign, those scenarios that can happen are so common. So common. In Leon's campaign, you don't really find the stun locking issue a thing, because the zombies are, when you compare them to the Jawavos, they're just tame. They're just not as dangerous. In Jake's campaign, there's definitely scenarios where you can get stun locked, but a lot of those scenarios can be avoided much easier than they can on Chris's campaign. So, yeah. Final boss on Jake's campaign is pretty good, too. You just can't get hit. Or you just get wrecked on the second phase. The first phase is like, okay, we're going to see what you can do. And then the second phase is where stuff gets real quickly and you can just die fast. Because if you're at the right space, if the ball and chain comes and hits you, and it knocks you down, it takes off like 4 pips of health or 5. When he pulls the bullet chain out of the lava, it'll hit you again, and then you'll be in dying status, and the lava below you will finish you off if your partner doesn't come to save you quick enough. So if you're playing by yourself, the issue can be big, because you can die so fast on that fight. And then after that, it's all climax and just aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Which, that's a fine balance. I just wish the last part would have been all aesthetics of... I just wish the last part would have been a cutscene, because it was a little pointless, in my opinion. Whereas on Leon's campaign, the boss and the phases, they flow so good together. The flow chart on it is perfect. Even on Chris's campaign, they put all the QTE crap at the beginning. And then after that, it's just surviving. Hopefully you saved up a lot of ammo, and hopefully you can shoot it to death, because if you don't, you're going to have to get in and you're going to have to knife it to death, which is insanely risky. And then the Ustanak is like a good mix. Just minus off the end part. But yeah, if anybody liked this, comment, favorite, subscribe, and I will see you all later. Peace out.